NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Nifty move by Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Now Bridgewater. Being chased out left. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. This, the 2nd meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me, with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mariota got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. On the give, this is Drake. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Mariota. This is going to be caught. It's John Brown. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. Give them 18 on the play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Mariota now. Touchdown! Darren Waller with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after, either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team, I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a hit and a loose football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Hamler now on the return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fan. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
First down, Bridgewater. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw again on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Throwing is Bridgewater. He's to the 10. This will be caught. Jeudy. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now a hit and a loose football, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Bridgewater's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And he whips that one incomplete there.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And again, it's Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people are...
Touchdown, Raiders! Henry runs as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders on one play have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, you see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter.
Deontay Spencer on the return from his end zone.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
Nifty move by Gordon.
66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Bridgewater on 1st down.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Final play of the half here, Mariota.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top.
As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Now McManus on to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing, Bridgewater.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 16, Mariota, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Mariota. Able to find Walter. That's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Now Mariota. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. 7 yards to pick up there. Working with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Drake. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Mariota. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down.
And he'll go underneath here to Drake.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Mariota to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not give it up 6.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a draw play with Drake. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Bridgewater finding Judy there for the Bronco first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Gordon.
Damon Arnett up to make the tackle.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Gordon on 1st down. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Bobby Massey, the right tackle, called for the penalty there. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. To throw is Bridgewater. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cortland Sutton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. A 1st down throw for Mariota. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's 2nd and 10. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Garrett Bowles, 2nd-team All-Pro last year, guilty there.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Bridgewater.
He'll fire one downfield for Fant.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs down to about the 22 here.
56 yards on the ground for him so far.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Mariota with a knee to the ground, and that should be it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Las Vegas,
it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.